Everyone, sorry. There's a lot of noise going on outside and everything, but I thought I'd do like a quick little video. One, because I got sponsored for like the first time ever. So they got me this. Yeah. This website. I'll put it down in the down bar. Doesn't really fit my body type, but I'm gonna make it work anyways. My life has been kind of everywhere at the moment. Right now, I'm staying at a backpacker's place, a lodge somewhere near Perth City. I'm staying in like a room with like, I don't know, 4 other roommates and my mom, and it's kind of... Why is there so much noise outside? Alright, so I wanted to talk about self-expression. Being a person that I am, I like to, whatever I'm feeling, I wake up, you know, I never really plan my outfits. I kind of just wake up and I'm like, this is what I feel today. I feel like wearing this today. To me, self-expression is so important, you know. If I'm feeling neutral, I'm going to wear black or white. If I'm feeling romantic, I might wear a dress, might wear nothing. I might wear pink or something, or red. If I'm feeling spontaneous, I might wear a lot of colors or mix and match patterns. And I used to be like, oh, patterns, don't match patterns, but who cares, honestly? Whatever you feel like wearing, you should wear. What I don't understand is, you know, also, if I'm feeling lazy, I'm gonna wear sweats. If I'm feeling confident, I wear sweats because I'm like, fuck, I don't care. You know, I'm gonna wear sweats. That's what I feel like. And that's a lot of the time where my self-harm kind of went in, because that is how I self-express. I was like, I'm not 100% happy of a person, and I'm going to express myself through my skin, through tattoos, through piercings, and that's just how I am. If people don't want to express themselves through tattoos, that's fine. They can express themselves through hobbies and stuff, but I'm a body expressive person. I like to express my body through what I'm wearing, through how I do my hair. You know, if I'm feeling neutral or normally, I will straighten my hair. If I'm feeling actually spontaneous, I will curl my hair, or you know what, I will wake up and I'll leave my hair the way it is. Like talking as if like talking for myself. You know, other people are different. Other people have different tastes and stuff. Notice that sometimes I wear grunge clothing. Sometimes I'm a hobo. I wear boho pants and stuff. I'm so paranoid because I'm staying with like a lot of people, and it's really, I guess I kind of lose a lot of my privacy. Being the person as I am, I like to settle in a place. I like to unpack. I like to live out of a closet and not out of a suitcase. And right now I'm living out of a suitcase, and I feel like I'm losing a lot of my self-expression. Some people they're so afraid of being themselves. Some people are so afraid of wearing something because they're afraid other people are going to judge them. And that's why, you know, there's so much judgment in the world, so I completely understand why people are not brave enough to dress the way they want to, you know. Sometimes I like to go outside half naked in like shorts and a crop top that's like almost like a bra. But because there's so much worry, at least in this place in Perth, I can't do that. There's so much I want to say about self-expression, and my mind's kind of blocked because of the worry of the sounds next door, of people that might be in this room that I don't even know. I guess I want to say to everyone that it's okay to be who you are and to express yourself the way you want to. If you want to go out in like a spirit hood, you know, thing, you can, and you know, people are gonna look. And what I say is, if people look on the street, that's a compliment. That means people aren't ignoring you on the street. That means people are taking notice to you. And even if it's, you know, I am totally against, you know, catcalling and stuff. But if people are looking at you and they see you on the street, you're being noticed. You're leaving a mark on the world, even though it's such a small thing. Someone's gonna look at you and be like, wow, what is she wearing? When I first came here, like my first night here, I was walking on the street and I saw this style. I didn't know where it was from. It looked kind of like Russian, or I can't even describe the style, but I was so inspired by it. Leaving a mark on the world through your self-expression, to me, is so important. Like walking on the street and someone be inspired by you. So that girl inspired me. She inspired me to think of different styles that I can express myself. Even sometimes when I don't really know what I'm feeling, what I'm wearing is going to express that. You know, I might wear, okay, I have go-to outfits, alright? I have go-to outfits, which is just this black top. It covers my shoulders, shows a little bit of my stomach, and then probably just floral shorts that I have, because they don't show too much butt or anything, but that's like my comfortable outfit, you know, and I wear that when I need to feel comfortable. So if I go out on a first date and I don't want to, you know, be fixing my top because it's too low, or fixing my shorts, or not wanting to walk in front of him because they're too high or whatever, then I'm going to wear something comfortable. And comfort is important. Comfort is so important. You know, I remember back then when Crocs were like, oh, they're so not cool, but other people would be like, but they're comfortable. I'm so for comfort. If you want to feel comfortable, that's fine. But the fact is, I feel comfortable even in clothes, you know, in like tight tops or whatever, or even though they're physically uncomfortable, I am mentally comfortable because I'm like, I feel good in my body. And there's a lot of people being like, oh, if you're, you know, if you're bigger or if you're rounder of a person, like, don't wear this, is too tight, it doesn't fit for your body. No, fuck them. Don't care what they say, honestly. If you feel comfortable, wear it. Honestly, what I'm talking about in this video, more about self-expression, I'm talking more about, you know, clothing wise. You know, there's a lot of, you know, piercings. I have a septum piercing. I should keep it out more often. That's why I want to buy like a bull ring septum. And I like that. Honestly, when I'm going to a gig, I'm going to wear it because I want to fit in with other people, as in not like I want to fit in as in so they accept me, but I want to feel like I'm in the feeling of, you know, the music. I want to feel like I'm part of the music. And when people are like, okay, I understand. When some people, like me, I listen to a lot of post-hardcore music, melodic hardcore, spoken word music, screamo sometimes I listen to metal and all of that stuff. And when I was a kid, I used to make sure that I looked emo, you know, just so I could match the music taste. But the fact is, you don't have to, but if you want to, you can, because when you're wearing a band shirt, you're wearing that for yourself, but you're also wearing that so that when you walk on the street, someone likes that band, they can go up to you and be like, fuck, I love that band. Or at least that's why I wear them. I love when I see kind of, I don't know the style, but it's kind of reminds me of Grimes, the kind of grunge style. When I see that on the street, I'm like, wow, I wish I could look like that. Next time I go out, I really want to dress like that, just so I can connect to other people. And this video is going to be a huge contradict. It's going to be the biggest contradict ever, but I still want to make this video, and I guess I just want to like not push you guys, but inspire you guys that what you wear should make you feel a certain way. And if it doesn't make you feel a certain way, that's okay too, because the fact is you are feeling a certain way. You're feeling, I don't know, neutral. That's what I call it. You know, when I'm just wearing black and just black leggings and black top, I feel neutral. I feel like I can connect to people from, how do I say this, from different likings, I guess. I guess I could connect, when I'm wearing all black, I can connect to just normal girls that I call kind of basic, and I can also connect to people who are listening to, you know, the same music as I am, as in post-hardcore, you know, the emo scene, because I'm wearing all black. But I'm also very neutral in that sense, you know, neutral as in I'm walking on the street and people can look at me and be like, oh, I can connect to this person, she's just feeling neutral. There's, you know, sometimes I feel like when I see people cosplaying and everything, I feel like I can't connect to them just because I'm not in the same boat as them, as in I'm not wearing the same clothes as them, but also because I don't watch the same things as them or listen to the same things as them. And you know, I think that's why a lot of people do really care about self-expression, where they shop, what they buy, how they wear themselves. Sometimes, all right, an outfit, like a black neutral outfit, can go a long way with how you do your hair, how you do your makeup. You know, if I'm wearing all black and I'm feeling too simple, I might put dots on my face and be like, hey, I'm not as neutral as you think I am. I'm not as normal as you think I am. And so I guess this video is all over the place. This was more about outfits. You know, people can express themselves through makeup. Sometimes, you know, right now I've been kind of neutral with my makeup. It's mainly because I don't have my gems, and I need my gems so I can put them over my eyebrows, because fuck, I love doing that. It makes me feel so good. Every time I do that, okay, every time I wear gems on my face, I feel like a queen. I walk outside, I feel like a princess. Honestly, I think self-expression is supposed to help your confidence. If it's not helping your confidence and it's not helping your self-esteem, then you're probably not really self-expressing yourself, or at least you're wearing something for someone else instead of for yourself. That's just how I see it. Please let me know your thoughts, okay, everyone? Please comment and tell me your thoughts. I know I've contradicted myself a million times, and I know I've said that a million times, but please let me know what are your thoughts and how you like to express yourself, because people, like I said, there's so many ways to express yourself. I'm talking express yourself through your body, through what you have, because my saying in life is that the only thing you really have is your body and your mind and your soul. And with a whole body you work with, you have a whole body to work with. Why don't you use every inch of it to make sure that when someone sees you, they know that you're this type of person, you know? And this is when it gets kind of complicated, because there's, you know, judgment before people see. You know, if someone sees a person with all tattoos, there's judgment of maybe that person's in a gang, he's not very nice, he's not very sweet, or if it's a girl. Prejudgment kind of sucks, actually. It really does kind of suck. Yeah, prejudgment really does kind of suck, but those people want to express themselves that way. And I think when people do express themselves in a way and it's not typically an acceptable way, so people might judge them the wrong way, they're probably, you know, dressing that way or having themselves that way for themselves, or so that they can also connect to other people who are like that. You know, if you notice, like, people you hang out with, people you're really close with, kind of all, like, when you walk together, you know, you look like you're part of a team. That's how I see it. You know, that's why a lot of people say when couples are together, sometimes they start to look alike. And friends, they start to look alike, even the way they carry themselves. That's just how I see it. But then there's always, you know, the exceptions and everything. But to me, when I see two friends and they dress completely differently, but how their manners together and how their mannerisms, you know, their body movement, the way they talk, you know, when I hang out with a person a lot, I start to, our way of speaking starts to, like, come together. And this video is all over the place, but I'm so glad I let that out. Whatever. Okay, the message in this video is self-express yourself. Self-express yourself. That's all. Okay. Whew.